your Linux machine by changing your default SSH port. So if you log into your system, to have the credentials over here. So if you log into your system, then it's not gonna, you're not supplying any port over here. So that's a default port. So SSH works on port number 22 as a default one. So everyone knows that port. So that's not a secure way. So because someone can easily brute force on that particular port, SSH port number 22. So in order to secure system, you just need to, you're going to just change that SSH port. So for that, you need to edit SSH configuration file that locates under /etc/ssh and sshd config file, sshd underscore config. So if you open that file in veditor, you could find that default port and port number is 22. So what you can do, you can press X over here. So that's going to delete that pound symbol. Then change this port to your desired number. So in this case, I'm gonna change it to, for instance, 2020. Then I'm gonna save and exit. So if I come back to the other terminal, so if I try to reconnect, still it's not gonna, still it's gonna ask for password, because once you change something in your configuration files, so you need to restart that service. So systemctl restart sshd service. So once I restart, and if I come back to this terminal again, if I try to connect to that machine again, so it's gonna says that that port uh, connection refused, because this port is not listening. So because we just changed this port, so we have to supply the port number while logging in. So you have to add -p tag, then you need to give that port number. Now it's gonna ask for password. So if you want to secure Linux machine, instead of password, you could use SSH keys. So how you gonna use that? So you can run this command on your machine, keygen -t rsa. Then once you run this command, so you're gonna generate a couple of keys, public key and private key. So in this case, I'm not gonna press Y, because it's gonna replace my previous keys, because I've been using those keys. So once you do that, so that's gonna create files under user's home directory. Then you can do ls-l under home directory. So then just jump into that .sh folder, then do ls. So once you run that ssh keys and command, it's gonna create these couple of keys. So we need this id as a pub, so that's a public key. So you're gonna uh, put this public key on in your server. So what I'm gonna do, so let me cat out that idr as a public key. I'm gonna copy this key, then come back to your user. So in this case, I'm using root user. Of course, that's not a secure way, but this is just a testing machine, so I can use it. So I need to jump into user's root directory, then sorry, home directory. If I do ls-a, I do have some .ssh folder over here. Let me jump into that folder or directory. So here I need to I need to paste that key to this file. So what I'm going to do, cat then authorized keys, then I'm going to paste that, then enter and control C. Okay, now let's come back to the terminal. Now let's try to connect to that machine. Okay, on that port I need to get a port number, because I'm not using the default one. Now it's not going to ask for password, because I already configured with that public key. So even I can disable this password authentication by editing that sshd config file. You could look for just type slash and just type password and enter. So now you can just, instead of yes, you can no, then save and exit, and you need to restart that service again. Systemctl restart ssh. That's it. Thank you for watching.